Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Leah. I provide insights and guidance for the collective. Today's Divine Feminine Pick a Cards theme is what do the nature spirits have to share with you at this time? And as I was getting ready to record this reading, I kept going back and forth between the divine masculine and divine feminine reading in terms of which one I wanted to record first. So if you're a divine feminine and you're feeling drawn to the divine masculine, pick a card. There might be a message for you there. And before I get into the piles, I also wanted to talk about the cards that were at the bottom of the deck, which I found really interesting. So with the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, we have the card of in the hand, the universe is your partner. 31, that was at the bottom of the deck. And then for the Sacred Forest Oracle deck, we have Bear Spirit Healing. So I definitely feel that both the universe and animal spirit guides are coming through to support us during this reading. So if you were drawn to the first pile with the selenite, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to tap in and see what messages the nature spirits have to share with you at this time. Okay, so I had to adjust the lighting. It kept glitching and being weird. So hopefully it's okay now. So we're going to go ahead and get started and see what happens. So as I was saying, if you're drawn to the selenite stick, this is going to be your reading in regards to what messages the nature spirits have to share with you at this time. So your first card is the Farther Gate, Bold Step Forward, number 55. And we also have Standing Stones, Passage, 40. I think I'm going to go ahead and draw some tarot cards just so that we can get a clearer picture, pile one, of what messages the nature spirits have to share with you at this time. It's too many cards. Okay, we're just going to go with it, pile one. Okay, so the nature spirits are very active around you, pile one, whether you're aware of this or not, but you have a lot of nature spirits as guides as well. And the energy, well, their energy is very active around you. I can just feel them kind of just hustling and bustling all around. And interestingly enough, you have a lot of air fairies and spirits that want to come through, and you also have tree spirits that want to come through and make themselves known to you at this time. And the initial message I got with the Farther Gate, Bold Step Forward card is that it's time for you, pile one, to do exactly that, to take a bold step forward. And I'm getting the visual of the Fool card, where we traditionally see a young man about to step off the edge of a cliff into the abyss, into the void, and there's usually like a wolf or a dog barking, signaling to this young person that they're about to step off the edge of the cliff. And with that visual that's coming through for you, pile one, at this time, the nature spirits want to come through to remind you to trust yourself and to take that leap of faith and to take that step into the unknown and that void, and that the dog or wolf or whatever it is in the traditional Fool card of the tarot is a symbol of society and social constructs and limitations, and your specific nature guides are coming through to say enough. It's time for you to boldly trust yourself, to trust your vision, to trust your path, and to go ahead and take that bold step forward because you are ready to. And with the Standing Stones passage, we see this woman that to me is about to embark on a new journey. And to me, I'm getting sacred journey, soul remembrance journey, galactic journey, and remembering your galactic lineage for a lot of you that are drawn to pile 1. Because with her hand position on this rock, what I'm sensing is her commitment to leaving the past behind and to walking forward into the unknown. And that she's completely trusting herself as she takes that step forward. Which is really interesting. And then in terms of tarot cards, you got quite a few, well, actually it's all major arcana cards coming out. So we have the Fortune's Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Hermit. We also have Strength. And we have the Chariot. And honestly, pile 1, I'm covered in chills as I tap in to your reading right now, because the Chariot represents the year we've had. We were in a year 7, which represents the 7th card in the tarot, which is the Chariot. And this represents a lot of local travel and shifts. And 7 is also the number of spirituality. So going through a lot of spiritual shifts, upgrades, and things like that. And then we also have the Hermit, which to me indicates that for some of you, this year might have been a year of introspection, reflection, and kind of turning inwards and really getting to know yourself at a soul level. Because I'm getting that this dragon here is you, pile 1, and this beautiful illuminated sphere is your soul that you've just been really peering into to get to know and understand better. And that the star actually up here is also reflective of your soul being a star. And the star is also representative of all the spirit guides that you have around you. And to me, having the card of this year, 2023, and the Chariot coming out symbolizes that you are ready, pile 1, to close out a huge chapter, because we have the Strength card. And we are moving into a year 8 in 2024. So there's already next year's energy alive and awake within you now, pile 1. And it's about really tapping into it. And we have Fortune's Wheel here. So Fortune's Wheel to me means trusting the universe. And we have in the hand. So it's about really going with the flow and trusting that the universe is going to guide you exactly where you need to be, pile 1. This year with the Chariot, you had to do a lot of maybe unexpected travel and things like that. I'm getting with the Wheel of Fortune, you're going to be relocated next year exactly where you need to be. And it's going to be in places where you get to display your strengths. So we see this warrior here taming this dragon, and this is you, pile 1. This is the energy that's alive within you now and that you're fully going to step into next year. And that's what the nature spirits have to share with you at this time. It's really a glimpse into where you've been this year and where you're heading next year, which I find very interesting. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. So I'm getting that for a lot of you that are drawn to pile 1, if you are being called to relocate, it might be unexpected. You might go through a tower moment as you adjust to the new reality that maybe you need to change countries, for example, and that even though your human self might feel overwhelmed by these changes, you might sense or feel that these changes are too good to be true. You need to surrender into trust and into the divine's perfect timing for your life. Understanding that the divine orchestrates everything for your benefit. And as long as you can anchor yourself into that belief that everything happens for your benefit and your greatest good, you're going to be able to move effortlessly with the different currents that are going to come through next year for you, pile 1. So I found it interesting that the nature spirits kind of gave you a past and future reading, pile 1. And I was just called to cut the deck, and we have the shaman, which is representative of the magician. So I'm getting that nature spirits are coming through to let you know, pile 1, that next year is going to be very magical for you, and to keep anchoring yourself in your divine gifts, your divine authority, and your power, and you're going to be able to navigate everything effortlessly. So interesting, pile 1. Nature spirit guides had a glimpse into what's in store for you in 2024 to share with you at this time. I want to draw one more card and we will close out this reading. Final messages. Let's see. I was going to pick these two, and this third one flew out. Okay. We have Jargon Sasha, Transfiguration. And we have a tower there again, which I find absolutely fascinating. Jesus, oh my God, you cannot make this stuff up. You have Mother Worth, Strength coming out. So pile 1, nature spirits are really cheering you on and want you to know that next year is going to be your year. We also have Chamomile, Inner Peace. And this card came out in reverse. And to me, it correlates to the Hermit card. With this card being number 9 and the Hermit being number 9, to me, it's not about leaving inner peace behind, because inner peace is important. But it's about realizing that you've mastered the ability to remain at peace, and that you can handle whatever tower moments come your way. That you have the necessary discipline, responsibility to handle any challenge or difficulty. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that wants to come through. And I'm just going to show you the cards one last time. At the bottom of the deck, we have Come Free, Completion, 32. So yes, divine feminines that were drawn to pile 1, nature spirits want to come through to let you know next year is going to be your year to make it in every area of your life, is what I'm sensing. And more specifically, if there's a specific area that has been causing worry, concern, or stress, that specific area is going to be blessed next year. So if it's been finances, romance, health, whatever area, you're getting a huge glow up and divine help and intervention happen. And interestingly enough, as I look closer at this card, I see, well, I'm mainly drawn to the Capricorn symbol as well as the crystal. So either Capricorn season could be significant for you, which is going to be from usually around like December 22nd till January 20th, 21st, give or take. So we're going to be heading into Capricorn season actually in basically a week from now. So that could be a significant season for you, and either comfrey, but I'm also getting different plants that are like green and purple. So like maybe lavender or something could be significant, and crystals also. So working with plants, working with a Capricorn, or tapping into your own Capricorn placement. And interestingly enough, this is just like kind of just plant leaves. When I first looked at this card, I saw an eagle. So eagle spirit could also be significant for you, pile 1. But that's all I'm seeing for you, pile 1. I hope that it was insightful. Feel free to let me know in the comment section how it resonated or didn't. And if you're looking for more personalized support, my website is up and running. So you can Google IamTheDragonGoddess.com and you will find all of my services there. Until next time, pile 1, I'm sending you so much love. All right, we're going to now move in to pile 2. So if you were drawn to this beautiful lavender quartz, this is going to be your reading and what the nature spirits have to share with you at this time. So already I'm feeling a different energy and vibe from pile 1. I'm already sensing calmer nature spirits, more water-based nature spirits coming through. Okay, let's see what your cards have to say. Oh my god, pile 2. I already love your cards so much. Okay. I'm debating which one I want to read first. Okay, so we have Storm Spirit Chaos 42. I was going to say 44. 42. And it came out in reverse. And then we have Crown Games Right Use of Power number 8. Okay, so what I'm getting for you, pile 2, from the nature spirits right away is that if your life has been turbulent and overly chaotic, that energy is clearing out. So if things have been unusually unstable, maybe even dramatic, there might be like disagreements with like family members, coworkers, and stuff like that. That is a past energy that is being cleared out. And washed away is what the water spirits want to come through and say specifically. And for a lot of you that are drawn to pile 2, the water spirits want to come through and say that this energy of chaos and uncertainty had to be around you in order for you to level up, start using your voice, and for you to remember and step into your power. So interestingly enough, we have the universe and nature spirits coming through to say that everything that's been orchestrated in your life up until this point, in terms of disagreements, conflicts, and things like that, it was intended to support you on your pathway to growth and evolution, and that you wouldn't grow into your power if it hadn't been for all those conflicts or those disagreements. So that moving forward, I know this might be difficult to hear, pile 2, but they're saying to view future conflicts and disagreements as gifts because it's an opportunity for you to embody this and to remember that this is you. Because we don't start wielding power appropriately until we're placed in circumstances where we have to practice using power properly. I feel like that didn't come out right. So let me try and rephrase this. When it comes to using power and displaying power, obviously there are incorrect uses of power and there are correct uses of power. And what I mean by that is there's the incorrect ways are ways in which we're going to abuse others with our power. And the word incorrect is probably not the right word, but that's the word that wants to come through at this time. But hopefully you get the gist of what I'm trying to say, is that the spirits are coming through to say that you've had to understand and witness the wrong use of power in order to be able to discern the right use of power. And you had to experience conflict and disagreement in order to be able to witness and shape your own values and perception when it comes to power as well. And it's interestingly enough, I don't know why this is the imagery that wants to come through, but I'm seeing like a palace, and I'm going to try and put into words what it is I'm seeing. I'm seeing a palace, and I'm seeing like a disagreement unfold amongst like different royals and things like that. People from like different classes, but they're all at an event at this palace. And what I'm sensing for you, pal, too, is that you witnessed firsthand the wrong use of power. Be this a nobleman or a royal that just misused their power, and that misuse of power really impacted you to the point where in this life you might still be carrying a wound or feeling discomfort when it comes to stepping into your own personal power. And you have strong healing water spirits that are coming through to help release that wounding that stems from that past life, because they're coming through to say it is safe for you to be in your power, because your power is anchored in your heart, and that is where the right use of power stems from. Whew, okay, pile 2. Nature spirits wanted us to take a past life journey. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Okay, we have a few cards here. Okay, so the first cards to come out are the Death card in reverse, and we also have the Hanged Dragon that came out. Also in reverse. And then in addition to that, we have the Sire of Swords, which is the King of Swords. And we also have the Eight of Swords. And it's interesting because the Crown Games, right, use of power is card number 8. You have the Eight of Swords coming out. Death card, Hanged Man, and the Sire of Swords. So I definitely feel that these cards are just reflecting this past life memory that we just uncovered, pile 2. And how it's time for you to just release this disempowering view of power and realizing that you can step into power safely. And the reason why you can step into this power safely and hold your crown is because you've gone through a lot of death and transformation. And that's why this card came out in reverse. The nature spirits are coming through to say that you've done enough transformations, enough death and rebirth cycles to understand what it means to be powerful. We also have the Hanged Dragon in reverse. And the Hanged Dragon upside reminds us that it's a period to slow down, to rest, to reflect and contemplate. And with it being in reverse along with the Death card, to me, this indicates, pile 2, that you've done enough inner work in order to be worthy of this. And your nature spirits are coming through to say it's time for you to release this energy, this 8 of Swords energy, where you feel like you're mentally stuck, and to embrace being the King of Swords, because you are not stuck, pile 2. I'm feeling that there might be some residual fear around power, but interestingly enough, the water spirits are coming through again to say, if you allow them to help you, cleanse you, and wash you away from the remnants of this sphere and of this past life, they will do so. I'm hearing you can also leave them an offering if that resonates. You can do a ritual and call upon water spirits. They will come and cleanse you, which is really interesting. Completely different reading than pile 1. All right, let's see any final messages for pile 2. Interesting. Okay. So we have Angel's Trumpet, Death. And it's interesting because even pile 1 had cards that reflected their Tower cards from this deck. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Palo Santo, Guardian. I might actually want to draw one more card. Let's see. Okay, we have Valerian, 44, Acceptance. And the first message I got when this card came out, pile 2, was that you've seen enough death related to misuses of power, and nature spirits and the universe is also coming through at this time to remind you that the collective needs to witness the right use of power. So when it comes to witnessing the wrong use of power, there's a tendency to want to withdraw and to pull back, and that energy is depicted in the Hanged Man, where we withdraw from society. But for you, pile 2, that card was in reverse. So nature spirits and your guides and the universe, everyone's coming through right now, to tell you that it's time for you to step into your power and to display the right use of it. Because that's what the collective needs at this time. And this card is a testament to all the inner work you've done. You've studied yourself, you've healed yourself, you've observed yourself through different lenses, different modalities. You've done the inner work, pile 2. You deserve the crown that comes with that. And with the Valerian Acceptance card coming out, your guides, I'm getting your spirit guides coming through to tell you that it's okay. It's okay for you to accept this crown, because energetically, this is you. You are this person floating, completely detached, because you've done the inner work to get here. And because you've done the inner work, you deserve this. And that's what's coming for you. That's what the nature spirit guides want to give you a heads up about, because more of this is going to be unlocking should you choose. Because you always have free will. If you don't want the power, it's not going to come. But if you are willing to say yes and to wield it with authority, with respect, you're going to be blessed beyond your wildest dreams, pile 2. And it is a big part of your soul journey here, is to remember how powerful you are and to call back all your soul gifts. So those are all the messages I have for you, pile 2. Let me know if it resonated or didn't resonate. If you're looking for more personalized support, feel free to check out my website. I am thedragongoddess.com. Looking forward to seeing you next time. In the meantime, I'm sending you so much love. Okay, moving on to pile 3 for those of you that were drawn to this lovely rose quartz. These are going to be your messages from nature spirits. So far, all the readings have been very different. So we're going to see pile 3 what nature spirits have to say. Okay, already, interestingly enough, we had different nature spirits come through for pile 1 and for pile 2. Pile 3, you're having heart-based spirits that want to come through. So spirits that live in and around the heart, but also emanate that divine unconditional love, which is really interesting. Okay. So your first message from the nature spirits, pile 3, is many masks, the authentic self, 38. And then we also have Mystique Meadow Sanctuary, 26. And this card came out in reversed. So I'm just going to go ahead and get your tarot card so I can get a clear picture of what the nature spirits want to share with you at this time. Okay, so the very first card that came out for you, pile 3, is 9 of Cups. And then we have the Moon. The 3 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords. Okay, so I'm getting different messages wanting to come through. Let's see. Oh, interesting. We have the Tower at the bottom. Okay. All right, so the main messages that want to come through at this time, and it's kind of like give me a storyline actually. So what I'm getting is that for a lot of my pile 3s, you are highly sensitive. You are probably my empath pile. And nature spirits are coming through to acknowledge that you've experienced a lot of pain in this life so far. A lot of you might have felt unsafe being here on Earth. And a lot of you might have felt void from having a safe place or having a sanctuary. And the feeling of lack of not having a safe space has created different masks that you wear depending on who you're with. And you're getting air, water, and heart spirits coming through to say it's time for you to release these masks and to, I don't know why the word remediate wants to come through. But that's the word. Remediate this feeling of lack when it comes to sanctuary for a lot of you. And that means creating it for yourself and understanding that that feeling of sanctuary is going to look different for each and every one of you. For some of you, it might be about creating an altar where you have sacred objects and you go and you spend time either in meditation by your altar or in prayer, or you offer either objects or food to either ancestors or deities and things like that. For others of you, it's having a dedicated space in your house. Maybe it's either a corner of a space or a whole space, or maybe it's a place out in nature that you feel particularly safe in. And it's understanding, and your spirit guides are coming through to remind you of this, that you create your reality. So if you're feeling devoid of a safe place and of a sanctuary, you have the power and the ability to create that sense of safety and sanctuary for yourself. And I believe that's why the Nine of Cups came out. Nine of Cups, to me, represents reflection, but also getting close to ultimate satisfaction, joy, and happiness. And this place looks a little desolate, but also peaceful and calm. And to me, that indicates that you can create your sanctuary. And it can look like exactly how you need it to look like. And then we also have the Three of Swords and the Five of Swords. So the Three of Swords, the image is self-explanatory. So for a lot of you, these masks that you've developed and this void of sanctuary has to do with having been hurt romantically or very profoundly at the heart level. And then we also have the Five of Swords. And you can kind of see that there's different energies playing out in this card. We have the soldier here that looks defeated. Then we have a dragon up here with a sword. And then we have a horse running away. So for some of you, this pain in your heart has to do with feelings of betrayal, either by someone close to you, family member, or someone that felt like family. For others of you, there's a wound in regards to having felt like you didn't display enough courage, that you might have felt that you ran away from situations that you should have stood and faced. And that's interesting. For others of you, it's having a paternal figure or male figure kind of overpower you, is what I'm getting from the dragon with the two swords. So there's kind of different energies playing out for pile 3 at this time. And with the moon and the Nine of Cups, we have strong water energy coming through. So it's definitely a time for healing for you, pile 3. And I'm being drawn to the moon card. If you look at the tiger and the cat, they're both looking at the moon. And it's interesting because we have the tiger and the cat both have stripes, and I'm being drawn to say we're one and the same. I don't know why that wanted to come through, but it did. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through for pile 3. Kind of want to get one more tarot card. But yeah, definitely getting for you, pile 3, that nature spirits are saying it's a time for healing. Interesting. We have the Sire of Swords. This came out in pile 2. Okay, not too much else wants to come forward. I never try and force messages, so pile 3, this is all I'm sensing for you at this time. With the Sire of Swords and just looking at your reading overall, the nature spirits are calling to you to go spend time in nature. Literally. If you watch this in certain aspects don't entirely make sense, going to spend time with the nature elements is going to help you integrate this energy as well as gain clarity in regards to whatever this is really about. And you also have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And to me, that indicates, with the peacock, a time of like self-care and self-nurturance. So really focusing on yourself and figuring out what this healing is about. Let's see. Okay, so we have Po Darko, number 7, Metamorphosis. And we also have Ayahuasca, Rebirth, number 50. And this one came out in reverse. So I'm sensing, as a final message from the nature spirits for you, Pile 3, that you are meant to go through a huge metamorphosis over the next coming weeks. A huge healing metamorphosis, and you're going to experience significant breakthroughs as well. Things are going to completely change dynamics, and I'm being really drawn to this card and how this being has shed her entire past version that we see kind of just left here. And just look how radiant she is now. So I'm getting metamorphosis is going to be happening for you, Pile 3. I'm getting, with this card having been upright, that a lot of you definitely sense this happening. And with the ayahuasca rebirth being in reverse, I feel that this rebirth is going to be unexpected. You're just going to wake up one day and feel completely different about your life, and you're not going to completely understand just yet what has shifted, but it's going to have been because of this. Ooh, and at the bottom of the deck, we have Cordyceps 26, Revival, which I think fits very well because we see a beautiful progression between the metamorphosis, the rebirth, and then revival. Yeah, this is a beautiful card. So that's all I'm seeing for you, Pile 3, in terms of nature spirits messages. Feel free to let me know how it resonated or didn't resonate. If you are looking for more personalized support, feel free to check out my website. I am thedragongoddess.com. Until next time, I'm sending you so much love. Take care of yourself.